Rematch. What exactly is it, and is it worth playing? Hi everyone, I'm Toasty. I stream on Twitch and showcase a whole range of upcoming titles for my audience, and I like to give a first honest impression of my time with those games. First of all, let's cover the basics of the game. Rematch is a 5v5 third-person PvP game. The game blends football with martial arts, allowing players to easily pull off a series of tricks to outsmart and overcome their opponents. Rematch is made by the same studio that brought us Absolver and Sifu, and you can definitely see and feel these influences while you're playing the game. The objective is simple: do the footballing, score more goals than the opposing team and win. There are no yellow or red cards in this game. There are also no free kicks or penalties. It's just straightforward passing, shooting and scoring with no holds barred. Tackle until your heart's content. And now that we've established what the game is, here are my impressions of the game during its early access period, 3 days before release. Rematch is a casual but solid game, and what I mean by this is, well, it plays as you would expect it to. It's football. You kick a ball around a pitch, try your luck with some insane shots at goal, and savour each attempt on goal with an ooh or an ah. The game is fun, even more so with friends. I find that when PvP games allow teams of up to 5v5, I get more excited to play with my mates, as I know that we're in for a fun time of laughs, cries, and big gamer pog moments. The game does have 3v3 and 4v4 modes too, which are great for smaller friendship groups, or those waiting for their friends to log in before going into fives. Each of these modes feels extremely different in the pace of how the game is played. I found that in 3v3 you needed more accuracy to achieve any goals. In 4v4, it's a good mid-ground and mixture of pacing and involvement with the game. And in 5v5, it's much more like actual football. Things can be very slow to get going. However, there is method to this, and the scoreboard is usually a lower number of goals overall. There's more opportunity to pass, and there's more opportunity to tackle, with some teams just dogpiling on the ball at every given opportunity. The controls for the game do feel strange at first. As mentioned before, Rematch is made by the Sifu dev team, a game that relies on precise timing and a good knowledge of how each punch thrown in that game affects the character's flow and balance. Rematch has this same flow and feel to it. If you are tackled off the ball, you stumble pretty hard, and it can take a while for you to get going again and chasing down your opponent. This may feel frustrating to some players that demand the instant gratification of the get up and go after being tackled. However, Rematch leans more into a team-based aspect of PvP, so if one player falls, another is already hunting down the ball to reclaim it. I've enjoyed my time with the game so far. I've also enjoyed the open beta. However, I do feel that the server stability is a little wonkier during this advanced access period in comparison to the last open beta that they hosted. I found myself being disconnected from the main menu way more often, and the ball rubber banding around the pitch happens too frequently, and some of the interactions from players seem laggy and visually out of place. I'm hoping that when the servers do go into full access on Thursday, they'll be a lot smoother. Talking more about the game's controls, they are very good. I actually play on keyboard and mouse instead of a controller, and I feel that the inputs work wonderfully well. So if you're a KBM gamer, don't be put off by the game recommending a controller. It's totally playable on keyboard. Now, let's move on to the game's battle pass. It seems rather confusing when you first look at it. First of all, you need to buy the pass to gain access to the premium loot. While you play the game, you will earn currency for every time that you level up the circular XP bar on screen, and these tokens are used to buy tiers in the battle pass. Side note, the game doesn't actually tell you the name of each currency, or I at least didn't see this anywhere on the UI. So leave a comment below if you know the names of each of the currency types so I know what I'm doing. Thank you. Going back to the battle pass, the items look fun, colourful and worthy of unlocking. The character's custom customization is actually really in-depth and allows a strong amount of creativity from the player to design a very unique looking footballer to call their own. You can customize the hair, face, skin color, and different facial parts. Then there's clothing types like shirts, shorts, shoes, and even hats. There is even further customization with prosthetic arms and legs that can be chosen too, along with a vitiligo slider. These parts of the customization are areas of life that aren't always represented in video games and are actually a nice thing to see. I'm personally all about inclusivity, especially in the gaming space, as gaming has been and will always be a big part of my life. I like to see people playing games together and enjoying their time doing so. So seeing all of these features is a heartwarming feeling, and I commend the dev team massively for including them. With my 10 hours during the open beta and with my 6 hours played in the advanced access, I've kicked a ball, scored some goals, saved some really cool shots, and fallen over way more times than I'd like to admit. All in all, I've relived my initial feelings from when I played Rocket League on release, discovering a new style of game that actually feels fun to play between my main games. Rematch will be compared to Rocket League a lot in many reviews that you will see here on YouTube. However, the games do play massively differently. The concept is the same, however the execution of how you play the game is very different. It's why I've held off from talking about RL at all while talking in this video, because concept can be similar, but the product is so far removed from Rocket League, it's barely the same. Now, can I see myself playing Rematch lots? Probably not. I've got well over 1,100 hours in Rocket League, and I don't think Rematch will get anywhere close. It's a fun social game to hang out with my friends, but beyond that, I don't feel driven to sweat my way through the ranked competitive mode. I'd rather enjoy this as a downtime between story or survival games that I'm currently playing. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good game. It's just something that I'll play very casually. So, do I recommend playing Rematch? Yes, I do. As I've mentioned this entire video, it is a fun game. I do think, however, that the price tag is a little steep, and it might be something that I'd recommend getting on sale. I was personally lucky enough to get advanced access courtesy of Team 17. Big shout out to the team, by the way, for providing me and my mates with keys to play the game early. But yeah, it's a tough one. With Rocket League being free to play and already established, a Rematch having a £20 plus price tag, it could be hard to build an audience for this team with its pricey barrier to entry, just to play a fun game. In my opinion, Rematch needs to go free to play to be a true contender in this style of gameplay. I'd like to see some more arcadey modes put into Rematch to keep things fresh. PvP games of late have done this quite well, with Rocket League having its Heat Seeker mode, and even Marvel Rivals introducing new game modes in that game to break up the monotony of just playing the standard PvP. To stay relevant, Rematch needs this, and I really hope that they do add it. Well, thanks for watching my thoughts on Rematch. If you want to see more of my content, then click on the videos on screen. Don't forget to drop a like here on this video and subscribe to my channel to help its growth. Have a great day and play more games. I'll see you in the next one.